Hey you guys, so you're eager to invest in real estate in a competitive market? Listen, Miss Cashflow Properties here, and today I'm going to walk you through how to navigate in a competitive market.
Miss Lola is a great teacher and she's a great real estate agent, so I'm looking forward to moving forward with her, planning my future and taking it to the next level.
Listen, real estate investors, they act quickly. They make quick decisions. And in doing so, you have to be prepared as the new kid on the block. You have to ensure that you come and have these 3 things in place before making an offer. First, I want you to know your budget. Know how much, the price point that you're looking to invest. Understand if you have a budget for renovation or if you're looking for something that's turnkey. Make sure that you make these decisions before you start your process so that once you go out and you see a property that meets your criteria, you can make an instant decision. So if you know you have a rehab budget of $20,000 and you can gauge and see what a $20,000 rehab budget looks like, then you can know immediately upon looking at photos, doing a walkthrough, you'll know exactly what you're looking for and if that property meets your criteria, your budget. Now, hey, you may be saying, I'm new. How do I get familiar with knowing how much a rehab costs? Again, building your team around you to help you. I've talked about this before. Have a contractor in place. That will be your number 1 partner because they can make or break your budget, which makes or break your cash flow. And it's all about the cash flow, baby. So knowing your budget, having that financing locked in. That's number 2. Lock in your financing. Know if you have to put down 15%, 20%, or 25%. I'm going to give you a tip to be creative. If you'd like to only put down a lesser amount, meaning 15% opposed to 25%, and I'm talking about using a private lender or hard money lender, which gives you renovation money, what I recommend and suggest is get you a joint venture partner, also known as a JV partner. So as you're going out, you're networking, you're attending real estate events in person, you're forming partnerships, you can partner with someone that has more experience than you, which will allow you to leverage their experience and allow the lender to give you a lower down payment. So that will allow you to go in, put down 15% opposed to 25%, buy your investment property, make any renovation and repairs, and then be able to refinance that property, pay off the loan, partner gets their money back of initial investment. If they made any initial investment, they may only be your partner for their experience. You get to recoup your money that you invested back, and now you're able to do what? Now rent out the property. So you buy it, you renovate it, you refinance it, and then you rent it out. That's called the BRRRR method. And so most recently I completed the BRRRR method in the inner city of Baltimore, where I went in and purchased for $50,000 and had a $50,000 rehab budget and was able to pay, refinance it, get a lump sum out, and at the same time rent it for market rent at $1,600, and the mortgage payment after taking out over $20K in my refinance is only $980. So I'm able to cash flow almost $600 a month every single month utilizing the BRRRR method. It is the best of both worlds. It gives you hands-on experience with renovating and at the same time being able to become a landlord. So in financing, again, know your budget, have your financing locked down, be open to partnering how you need to, being creative and open to have joint ventures, JV partnerships with people either for capital or for their experience to strengthen your relationship with a lender, to get you in the door and get that first project completed for you. Okay, you guys, we want to go in and build value into our properties. If you're buying something that you have to put in the budget, but hey, you don't have to go in to a property that needs a rehab. You can make the decision that you want a turnkey property. What does turnkey mean? It means that when you go to the property, all renovations, all updates are done. Meaning your only number that your budget is the sales price and how much it can cash flow. What that rental income is. You'll do that financial analysis, and you don't have to include a budget to be able to, a renovation budget. You can make your numbers strictly and solely on what that turnkey property is worth and the rental income minus the expenses, what that cash flow would look like for you. Next thing that I want to talk about, you guys, is being able to quickly make a decision by implementing something called the 1% rule. This 1% rule is something that it's a great tool for new investors. What is the 1% rule? The 1% rule says that you will pay for the property. The rents for the property will be equal to 1% or greater than the purchase price. So if I see a home for sale and it's listed for $200,000, when I look at the rental income for the property, the rental income should generate at minimum $2,000 a month to be profitable. Now, that's collectively. So if it's a 3-unit building and you're able to collect rent of $700 each, maybe you got 3 units, 1 bedroom, 1 bath each, and the market rent is $700. That will generate $2,100 a month in rental income, therefore passing the 1% rule, because at a sales price of $200,000, this will give you $2,100 a month. It's a very quick eyeballing room. It does not include all your expenses, but it allows you a quick decision-making tool so that you can decide if a property is worth further investigating and further analyzing. The next thing that you guys want to talk about is being able to have a tool. It's okay to have calculators and tools quickly at your side. You know, maybe, math isn't your strongest, and that's completely okay. Being able to have a tool that you're able to, some app you can download that you can quickly calculate and input some base numbers. Again, sales price, down payment, again, knowing which financing method. Are you going with traditional no money down financing, or are you going with private and hard money, having to put down, between 15 and 25%? When you know these numbers, you can quickly input them in a tool and a calculator that will help you determine how profitable an investment property is. The more you know and the quicker you know it, the quicker you'll be able to make a decision on if you should submit an offer. Speed. The name of the game is speed when it comes to real estate investing in a competitive market, because investors make decisions, and they make decisions about their money quickly. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about, is your next strategy. You have to be able to adjust in a shifting market. Now, your location is directly related to your profitability, all right? However, in a competitive market, your ideal location may be too competitive. There may be players in that market who have a bigger budget than yours, who can finance more than you can. So where does that leave you? You're not out of the game. You have to be able to shift and go into nearby and neighboring markets that the numbers still work. You want to be driven by the numbers. Have a backup property in place. If you're the closer to the water you are, the closer to attractions, we know that those areas are highly competitive. Why? Because they generate a high cash flow. So in your mind, think about what else. Where else could you be near? Is there a school somewhere that's a good school district or a highly desirable school district? Is there an up and coming park, where people like to dog walk, right? Being near parks where people walk their dogs. There are different attractions and I don't want to say sub areas, but alternate areas that you can consider if and when you are in a competitive market, because believe it or not, the market shifts. There are times where the market is uber competitive and there's times when it's not. Your timing may be you may be ready to purchase in a time when it is a competitive market. So remain flexible and be able to adapt to that change in market. The next strategy I want to talk to you guys about is just being able to have a real estate agent quickly at your fingertips, in your contacts. There's nothing worse than seeing a property come available online and you not have the relationships in place to get you in the door. Yes, you can call directly and ask the listing agent or whoever listed it, can you see the property? But what good is it to have that listing agent represent their seller but show you the property? You lose your negotiating power. You lose your leverage and your ability to have representation for you. Listen, one of the biggest mistakes that you can make as a new investor is going in and negotiating unrepresented with another real estate agent who's trained and licensed to represent their seller. Have your team available around you and readily able to respond to you and be able to get you the access that you need. It's a contractor being able to schedule and come on site do a walkthrough with you for a property, or having your real estate agent be there to give you access. This team is essential to you. And of course, having a lender ready to give you a new scenario, to run the numbers for you, to see what is the best strategy. Have these things in place, you guys, before you begin your search. Have everybody on board, and that will strengthen your ability to lock down a great investment property in a competitive market. It's been amazing talking to you guys. Listen, I've enjoyed my time with you. I hope that you've been able to take down some stellar notes that will help you get into action right away. Listen, before you go, I want you guys to click the subscribe button below, like, share, and also leave a comment. Let me know, do you find these discussions helpful? Is there something else you want me to talk about? Or do you like what we're talking about and you want to engage more? If you don't have a tool that you can use, I want you guys to click the link below. I'm going to put it below, where you can download my multifamily profitability calculator and have a tool ready for you to begin and assist you with being able to analyze deals. Listen, I'm Miss Cash Flow Properties here, and I look forward to seeing you next time.